Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be sharing my favorite upper body massage techniques. Starting with the head, I apply digital circular friction to the muscles, working from the temple to the occipital bone on each side. I like to apply myofascial traction to the auricularis. This is the muscle that allows people to wiggle their ears. There's a superior, anterior, and posterior auricularis, and the myofascial traction feels great here. Moving on to the neck and shoulders, I apply a bit of effleurage around the shoulders and deltoid up the traps to the occipital ridge. I like to make sure that my contact is strong and intentional. As you can see here, I stay quite wide with my hands and palm until I get up to the suboccipital muscles. This is a really nice way to turn your client's head while making it into a meaningful hold. Moving on to the shoulders, where everyone holds their stress. After the area is warmed up with effleurage, I like to go in with a soft fist. Here I am targeting the upper trap area. On a deeper level, I'm moving towards splenius capitis and cervicus, levator scapula, and supraspinatus. You want to be in the meaty part of the upper trapezius. You don't want to be on top of the shoulder where you're going to run into the clavicle bone. Transitioning into the arm. My advice is when you're moving to a new area, use it as an opportunity to be intentional with your touch. I'm starting up and around the shoulder with superficial gliding. Applying a little petrissage to the biceps and triceps can feel really good here too. Working the flexors, applying some long friction here, moving in the same direction as the tissue fibers, giving the arm a nice pull. I really like kneading the palmar side of the hand, the carpal bones, and the fingers. Giving a nice stretch to the wrist. Spending a nice amount of time on the femur's eminence. Finishing off with some circular friction to the dorsal side of the hand. This always feels great. Moving back up the forearm. We're almost strumming the extensors and flexors with petrissage. This is always a hit with my clients, soft knuckle kneading up the arm. I'm not using my actual knuckles or creating a fist. I'm basically just folding my fingers down and using them to glide up the arm. You can finish with a feather stroke, and this will let the nervous system know that we're moving on to a new area. Starting with some superficial gliding to apply the medium. Keeping that connection, moving to one side while including the arms. Centripetal gliding. I like to hold my hands like this to create more of a broad stroke. This cross-handed stretching of the muscles is almost like a myofascial release hold, pinning the lower muscles and gliding up over the shoulder. Checking in on QL. Then moving up to really put some work into the upper traps, applying petrissage. I find it's easier to do on the opposite side. Rotary circular friction movements up the erector spinae muscles along the spine. Here you can find any ropey spots and melt into those. I like to do this pull and let the muscles of the upper shoulders and neck melt under my fingers, trying to keep the shoulders away from the ear. Applying more pulls to the sides. This is also easier to do on the opposite side. Pulling up on the lateral side of the scapula, giving some attention to the lats, teres major, and serratus anterior. Ending with gliding and superficial friction. I hope this video was helpful and gave you some ideas to include in your sequence. I'll see you next time.